Coordinate geometry for straight lines. The general equation of a straight line is y equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient of the line and c is the y-intercept. That is, if we have a straight line, suppose if the line is intersecting the y-axis at 2, then c will be equal to 2. And the gradient is calculated by taking 2 points on the line. The y distance divided by the x distance will give us the gradient. Or we can take the 2 points on the line, that is x1, y1, x2, y2. Then we can find the gradient using the formula. The representation of gradient is m. M will be equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now when we know the gradient and then the y-intercept, then we can write the equation of a straight line. Now to make this more simplified form, if we know one point and gradient, we can write the equation of the line. Now we have a new equation. General equation of a line is given by y minus y1 will be equal to m into x minus x1. That is, if one coordinate and the gradient is known, we can use this formula and get the equation of the line. Now let us just see with an example. Suppose if our gradient is 3 over 2 and we are given with the point 1, 2. Now in order to use this formula, we just substitute it over here. Y minus, this is x1 and y1. So y minus 2 will be equal to m is 3 over 2 into x minus x1 is 1. So now since it's a fraction, we just cross multiply this 2 to this side. So it comes as 2 into y minus 2 will be equal to 3 multiplied by x minus 1. So 2y minus 4 will be equal to 3x minus 3. So 2y, this 3x I'll shift over here. So minus 3x, so minus 4 plus 3, so minus 1. So this is the general equation of a straight line. Now we have, when we write in this form, we write it as ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is the general equation of a straight line. Suppose if you have a straight line AB, the coordinates of A are x1, y1, the coordinates of B are x2, y2. If you need to find C, the midpoint of it, then we just find the average of the x coordinates and the average of the y coordinates. So the midpoint will be equal to x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. The average of the x coordinates plus the average of the y coordinates. So we get the midpoint. Then the length of this line AB, or we can also call it as a distance formula. Distance will be equal to square root of y2 minus y1 the whole square plus x2 minus x1 the whole square. Perpendicular and parallel lines. If we are given with two lines, y equal to m1x plus c1, this is y1 equal to m1x plus c1 and y2 equal to m2x plus c2. And if two lines are parallel, then these two lines will have the same gradient. That is, m1 will be equal to m2 when the lines are parallel. And m1 multiplied by m2, the product of the gradients will be minus 1 when they are perpendicular. If a line intersects the x-axis, then we substitute it as y equal to 0 to find the coordinate. In the same way, if it intersects the y-axis, we substitute x equal to 0 to find the y coordinate. This we get the x coordinate and here we get the y coordinate. If we are given with the line 2x plus 3y equal to 12, to find where the line intersects the x-axis, we just substitute it as y equal to 0. So when we substitute y equal to 0, we get it as 2x plus 3 into 0 equal to 12. So 2x will be equal to 12. So x will be equal to 4. So the coordinate of the point where this line intersects the x-axis will be 4, 0. In the same way, in order to find the coordinate where it intersects the y-axis, you just substitute x as 0. So 2 into 0 plus 3y will be equal to 12. So 3y will be equal to 12. So y will be equal to 4. The coordinate where the line intersects the y-axis will be 0, 4. We'll see some examples for this topic. The point C lies on the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the points A, 4, 6 and B, 10, 2. C also lies on the line parallel to AB through 3, 11. First question, find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB. Calculate the coordinates of C. In the first part of the question, we need to find the perpendicular bisector for the line AB. In order to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, we need a point and we need a point on the line and we need the gradient of the line. So in case if we can find the midpoint of it, automatically we have 1 point on the line. So once we have 1 point, we can find the gradient of AB, and this AB and this perpendicular bisector, they are perpendicular. So we can find the perpendicular bisector's gradient. So using that, we can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So the first thing is we'll find the midpoint of AB. Midpoint of AB, that we'll take it as D. D will be equal to, we know the formula, that is x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. There is no hard and fast rule, which is x1, y1, x2, y2. So it will be equal to 4 plus 10 over 2, comma 6 plus 2 over 2. So it gives us 7, comma 4. So we have got this point D, which is 7, 4. Now we need to find the gradient of this perpendicular bisector. For that, first we'll find the gradient of AB. So M of AB will be equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We'll just substitute it in the formula. So it will be 2 minus 6 over 10 minus 4. So we'll get our answer as minus 4 over 6. So it is minus 2 over 3. So now we know the gradient of AB. We need to find the gradient of perpendicular bisector. So it will be minus 2 by 3 multiplied by the gradient of the perpendicular bisector has to be 1. So M will be equal to, just cross multiply. This 3 goes over here, 2 goes over here, and negative will give us positive. So it is 3 over 2. So instead of doing all this process, a simple way to find the gradient of a perpendicular is just flip it. 2 over 3 is this, so it comes as 3 over 2. It is negative means you have to write it as positive. If it is a positive one, you will be writing it as negative. So now we know a point and we know the gradient, so we can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. Equation of perpendicular bisector is y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. So now y minus our y1 is 4, that is here we have a 4, that will be m will be equal to 3 over 2 and x minus 7. So cross multiplied, 2y minus 8 will be equal to 3x minus 21. So 2y minus 3x will be equal to plus 13 will be equal to 0. So this is the first part. The second part of a question is we need to find the coordinate of C. In order to find the coordinate of C, we know the gradient of AB. This line and this line where we have these two lines are given as parallel. So gradient of AB is minus 2 over 3. For this line also gradient will be minus 2 over 3. And we have a point 311. Using those two information, we'll be able to find the equation of the line which is parallel to AB. So once we know this equation and this equation, solve the two equations simultaneously and we'll be able to find the coordinate of C. Now in order to find the equation of the parallel line, we have our gradient m equal to minus 2 by 3 and the point is 311. So the equation of the line will be y minus y1 is 11 will be equal to m is minus 2 over 3 into x minus 3. So now cross multiply it. 3y minus 33 will be equal to minus 2x plus 6. Now shift it. 3y plus 2x minus 33 minus 6. So minus 39 will be equal to 0. Now we'll take this as our equation 2. And previously we got that equation. We'll take it as 1. That is 2y minus 3x plus 13 will be equal to 0. This we take it as 1. Now we solve these two equations simultaneously. The values of x and y we get will be the coordinate of C, because these two lines intersect at the point C. Now, in order to solve these two simultaneously, we'll multiply our second equation with this 3 and our first equation with 2. So we get it as 9y. Second equation, you are multiplying by 3. 9y plus 6x minus 117 will be equal to 0. Then 6y minus 6x plus 26 will be equal to 0. So now when we add it, these two gets cancelled. 13y minus 91 will be equal to 0. So y will be equal to 91 over 13. So this will give us the value of 7. Now substituting in any one of the equations. So we'll substitute in equation 1. Substituting it in 1, 2 into 7 minus 3x plus 13 will be equal to 0. So minus 3x will be equal to minus 27. X will be equal to 9. Therefore, the coordinate of C is x is 9, y is 7. The second question. The diagram shows the rectangle ABCD. The point A is 2, 14, B is minus 2, 8, and C lies on the x-axis. Find the equation of BC. The coordinates of C and D. The first question, we need to find the equation of the line BC. In order to find the equation of the line BC, for this line we have one point, that is minus 2, 8, which lies on the line. But we don't know the gradient of the line BC. In case if we know, then we can find the equation of the line. But we know these 2 points. Using these 2 points, we can find the gradient of AB. Once we find the gradient of AB, this BC is perpendicular to AB, so we'll be able to find the gradient of BC. Once we find the gradient of BC and we know a point B on the line, so we'll be able to find the equation of the line BC. So that is what. First we'll try the gradient of AB. We are given with the points A 2, 14, B minus 2, 8. So M will be equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the gradient of AB. Now gradient of BC. AB and BC are perpendicular. So as I told you in your previous question, we just flip it and change the sign. That is 3 over 2, we write it as 2 over 3. And then since it's positive, we write it as negative. And also we know the coordinate of B is minus 2, 8. So equation of BC, that will be equal to y minus our point y is 8 will be equal to our m is minus 2 over 3 into x minus 2, so it will give us a plus. So now when we multiply this over here, 3y minus 24 will be equal to minus 2x minus 4. So 3y plus 2x will be, I'll shift it over here, so it will be equal to 20. In the second part of the question, we need to find the coordinates of C and D. First, let us find the coordinate of C. From the figure, we see that C is on the x-axis. When it is on the x-axis, y will be equal to 0. So we substitute it in the equation of the line. That is, this is the equation of BC. We substitute y equal to 0 in equation of BC. So when we substitute it, 3 into 0 plus 2x will be equal to 20. So 2x will be equal to 20. So which implies x will be equal to 10. So therefore, the coordinate of C is x is 10 and y is 0. Now the last part is, we need to find the coordinate of D. In order to find the coordinate of D, we can find the equation of CD. We can find the equation of AD. Then solve these two equations simultaneously and find the coordinate of D, which is a very long process. Instead, we can use the vector movement, how the point has moved from B to A. The same distance it will move from C to D as it is a rectangle. So now when we take it from -2 to +2, so 4 blocks it has moved in the x direction. And if you take in the y direction the same way, 8 has to be added with 6 to get it as 14. So it has to be from this point to reach this point, our x coordinate has to be added by 4 and our y coordinate must be added by 6. The same concept we'll use over here. That is, the point C is 10, 0. If you write 10, 0. If we write it in a vector form, we can write it as 10, 0. And the shift over here is plus 4, 6. So we need to add our x coordinate with 4 and the y coordinate with 6. So our coordinate D will be equal to 14, 6. This is more simpler instead of doing a long process of finding the equations and finding the point of intersection. So thus coordinate geometry is helpful to us in finding the equations of straight lines and perpendicular lines. Thank you.